Hashtag lines, Bijan Robinson's at 6. It's crazy with our offensive line. I wouldn't take him at 6. I'd take him at 18. I think it's a little bit too early to take a running back or Bijan Robinson at 6. The reason why is I would like to complete this defensive line, get it 100% done, just like we did with the offensive line, complete the defensive line right there. And I just think it's a little bit rich. Look, if they took Bijan at 6, I'm not going to cry about it. I'll understand it. That's just me personally. I know like TA, Raw Detroit, he'll take Bijan Robinson at 6, no problem. And there's other people, I'm sure you guys in there, that disagree. Say, hell yeah, take him at 6, and which is perfectly fine. That's just my thing. Would I be upset? No, but I'd say 16 would be the spot for Robinson. What about taking offensive tackle, make him play guard this year, next year, release Decker, 11 mil caps, Jonathan, and that's something they could do. You know, that could be a curveball that they do. I actually heard that on Woodward Sports this morning. It was Neil Rule was talking about that. And look, it makes sense. If you look what the Philadelphia Eagles did last year, they drafted DT. They've drafted a lot of players. That was not just for this year. A linebacker like Nakobe Dean is actually for this year. So all these Eagles went and left in free agency, but they drafted their replacements last year. So Dean in. You know, that's just what they did. So I think that's an option for the Detroit Lions. If you go ahead and do it and you take Skoronski, that's who it would probably be. I'm not going to complain about it because you're building this team for the long haul. And if you feel like, look, Skoronski, you could throw him in guard right now, and next year you throw Penei Sewell left side, Skoronski to the right side. Your offensive line is still young and good. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. I wouldn't complain about it. I still prefer to go defensive line. No doubt about it. That is my prefer there, but I'm not going to complain about it. We got a $20 super chat from Mike McCall, a real one. Mike McCall, first, your name, awesome. Second, your last name is awesome, just like your first name because it's Mike. And thank you so much for the $20 super. Hashtag FGB. I love that. 2 things. What do you think about cutting Kabinda? Says $2 million. Has still been a fan over 50 years. I do not remember this type of confidence in our team. I can't wait for the season to start. They could cut Kabinda, but Dan Campbell absolutely loves Jason Kabinda. He absolutely loves Jason Kabinda. So I don't know if that's something they're going to do because they absolutely love this guy. Would I cut him? I don't have no problem cutting Jason Kabinda. It saves money. Is he like the most integral part to this team? No, I think you can find fullbacks pretty much anywhere. But I don't think they do just because they love him. And let's see, it says $2 million, but I agree with you. It does save money. The hype for this team is real, folks. It's real because they built the foundation the last 2 years in the draft. And the draft has worked. It has worked to a T. So when you build a foundation in the draft and you're in year 3 now, you went 8 wins out of 10. Your defense was bad. You know your offense is good. And you're like, you know what? Free agency, I'm going to secure this defensive backfield. And in the draft, I'm going to finish everything off. Right now, I think you compete with the 49ers and the Eagles. Last year, we almost beat the Eagles. It was close. If we had the roster we do right now, we beat the Eagles. Eagles went to the Super Bowl. I think the Detroit Lions are one of 3 teams that can... I know it's going to sound Kool-Aid drink, but if you know me, I'm not a Kool-Aid drinker, guys. I've been down on the Lions for many years. The Lions can make the NFC Championship. They can. They can beat the Dallas Cowboys if they're to win the division. I think they could beat the Philadelphia Eagles if they win the division. I think they can beat the Giants if they're a wild card. I know they can beat the Minnesota Vikings. They did it last year. What do you got? The Los Angeles Rams? I don't even know they're going to be there. Seattle Seahawks, I think this time it's a different story. Putting all those points, all we had to do is make one stop and we can win the game. I think the Lions have a chance to do it. So buy the hype. Absolutely. And I know TA, my guy, Rod Troy's like, calm down, Mike. You got to do it first. I get it. But when I'm looking at this roster and I'm looking what they're doing, this team can compete with any team in the NFL right now. And it's not like this is the AFC where you have the Kansas City Chiefs up there. You have the Chargers. You have the Jets who's going to have Karen Rodgers. You got all these freaking insane teams. This is the NFC. It's different. It's weak. I think the Lions, you should buy the hype. Drink the Kool-Aid. I'm getting fans from other fan bases saying, I got the Lions going to the Super Bowl. Good Morning Football had the Lions going to the Super Bowl. I think it was yesterday, the day before. Do I think they're going to Super Bowl? I'm going to lower my expectations there. It's win the division first and then win a playoff game. But can they? You would have asked me last year, I said 7-8 wins. You asked me this year, yeah, I think they get to 11, 12 wins. I think they can, 100%. If I missed your question, repost it, folks. I am not ignoring you. I just missed it. Absolutely missed it. Den of Doom, Nolan Smith, pairing him with Houston. It depends where Nolan Smith is going. I'm seeing him blow up draft boards. I don't think they would take him at 6 or anything like that. Would he even be there at 18? I don't know. He's been blowing up draft boards. He has been. But look, he is. If you want some bookends and you decide not to do that at 6, that's another. Hashtag mailbag. Do you see Nolan Smith being the next Micah Parsons? Ooh, I'm not going to say someone's a Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is one of the best defensive players in all of football. Could he be? Yeah, but to compare him to that right now, man, Micah Parsons was just amazing from day one. As a rookie, it's really difficult to do that. But look, the ceiling, yeah. Do I want to compare him right now to it? No. It's like comparing to someone coming in and say, well, this guy's going to be Jamar Chase, or this guy is going to be a Micah Parsons or an Ndamukong Suh as a rookie. It's really difficult to do what those rookies did as rookies. Rookies generally take a little bit of time. Man, oh man. But if you can be that way, it's great. On paper, we look good, but we still have to get the job done. Just like every other team, TA, they got to get the job done too. And barring injuries, just like all 32 teams. If you lose Jared Goff at the beginning of the year, season's over anyways. You ain't going to do a whole lot. You got to have the quarterback. If we move back at 6, who do you think would be Atlanta? I think it'd be Tennessee Titans. Tennessee. Do you think they like Tannehill? I think they're pretty much done with Tannehill, in all honesty. I think they're done. Holy smokes, we got 12 people. I think they're on Facebook. Go ahead and like it with the Facebook like. I think Tennessee would be it because they need to get a quarterback. And I think Will Levis would be the only quarterback available, if available at 6. They might go 1, 2, 3, 4 at quarterbacks. I know Todd McShay did that today. I think that's correct. It legitimately could go 1, 2, 3, 4. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. I hope I'm not breaking up. It legitimately could do that. But if there is a quarterback available, and that is at 6, it would be Will Levis. And I think Tennessee Titans makes a lot of things for you. Hashtag Mike, ACL versus 5th-year option, Hendon Hooker. I would take Hendon Hooker in round 2. Round 2. That's what I would do. It's going to be cheaper for the quarterback position again. And I think that's where he falls, is round 2. I don't know exactly where in round 2, but I think that would be a nice spot for him. What's up, Darcy Meville? Ooh, I just moved. Facebook right there. Darcy doing his YouTube thing over there on Facebook. Detroit Lions News is a YouTube channel as well. We got my guy 9 Drinks in the building. Love my 9 Drinks. We're going to hang out. We are going to hang out at Sandy Pines. We're going to go on a boat, maybe have a few cocktails, and maybe we'll get the I get my kids on the back end and flying down the road with a boat and having them boo and fly off into the water. Sounds like a plan. Let's see here. Hashtag draft wide receiver at 18. JMO and St. Brown are the only 2 receivers signed past the season. Look, Rick, I agree with you. I think they could go wide receiver. I think what this free agency has done is allow them to do that. And I'm not going to be upset. Now, before free agency, if you'd have said take a wide receiver at 18, I said, man, come on. No. But now they sort up that back end. It's like, okay, now I don't have a problem with it. And getting that 6'4" wide receiver, 6'3", 6'4", that runs a 4.3, 40. He's got hands. Ooh, you can have team of dreads, him and Jamison Williams out there. Oh, my God. Amazed that Bryce Young is so high. He is Kyler Murray. He's Kyler Murray's size, not attitude. Kyler Murray right now is kind of immature, plays video games. Bryce Young is completely opposite of that. I don't think you have to worry about him from trying to grind. But do you got to worry about his size to get a hit? Absolutely. I think that's something you do got to worry about, his size, and that's something that teams are going to have to deal with when it comes to the NFL draft. But he is a killer player. He absolutely is. Hashtag mailbag, do you think you'll be up with DJ Signs at 2 in the morning? If my wife wakes me up, because she gets the alerts as well, she'll wake me up. Look, if it happens at 2 in the morning and she wakes me up, I would make a video right then and there. But if I wake up and it's 6 in the morning and then I see it because it happened at 2 in the morning, I will make a video then. But I have to be woken up. Got to be doing. But I got to say, every time I wake up, I don't know, 2, 3 in the morning to take a leak, guess what I do? I always check my phone to see if something happens while I'm standing there. So I'll check my phone to see if anything happens. So it happens every single night. And that's just what I do. Hashtag Den of Doom. Oh, I'm going to miss a lot of questions. I'm really sorry, folks. We got 329 in the building. I'm going to miss your question. Just repost it. Hunter Carpenter. Hashtag Den of Doom. Drafting AR-15 for quarterback of the future while utilizing him as a Taysom Hill type of role while we still have Goff father. That's an option. I know a lot of people would be upset if they take Anthony Richardson. If he's not going to fall to 6, you'd have to trade up. You'd have to trade up to get him at 3. So just an FYI. If you want to get AR-15, you got to go to 3. But you would have those specific plays for him on the 3rd and 1s, the 4th and 1s. You'd have the Wildcat offense, and you sit there and groom. I know a lot of people will be mad if they were to take him. But and I say this to myself. So I'm going to say this to you. I say it to myself. I say it to TA all the time. I say it to the guys of ICE. I say it to everybody. Just trust Brad Holmes. Whatever he does, even if it's a pick I hate, if Brad Holmes takes it, I'm going to say it back and say, you know what? He knows what he's doing. That's what I'm going to go with. He knows what he's doing. So I may just put that out there.
Perfect.